She wasn't born into fame, yet there was an unmistakable spark that set her apart from the very beginning. A rare mix of intelligence, emotional depth, and striking screen presence made audiences pause and take notice. Elçin Sangu didn't rush into stardom. She earned it, step by step, shaping one of the most respected and influential acting careers in modern Turkish television. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you enjoyed deep dives into celebrity journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, make sure you subscribe and stay connected for more in-depth features like this. Elçin Sangu was born on August 13, 1985, in Izmir, Turkey. Her roots trace back to a Circassian family, and from an early age, she showed a strong inclination toward art and self-expression. Unlike many actors who stepped directly into the entertainment industry, Elçin followed a more academic and disciplined path. She studied opera at Mersin University, developing vocal control, emotional awareness, and performance discipline, foundations that would later define her acting strength. Her transition into acting was deliberate rather than accidental. Elçin received professional acting training and entered television through supporting roles that allowed her to refine her craft away from instant fame. Early appearances in projects such as Oylber Geyser Zaman Ki and Ask Casey Beaton helped her gain experience, credibility, and industry trust before leading roles came into focus. The turning point arrived with her portrayal of Defne Topal in the romantic comedy Karalık Aşk. The series became a massive hit both in Turkey and internationally, transforming Elçin into a household name. Her performance stood out for its balance of humor, emotional realism, and natural chemistry, proving she was more than a typical romantic lead. The role earned her multiple awards and positioned her as one of the most bankable actresses of her time. Rather than repeating the same formula, Elçin consciously shifted her career direction. She explored darker and more demanding roles in projects like Karpizma and Cop Adam, showcasing emotional complexity and psychological depth. These performances marked a clear evolution from romantic comedy toward intense drama, reinforcing her reputation as a versatile and serious actress willing to challenge audience expectations. Elçin's career choices reflect strategy and patience. She avoids overexposure, takes breaks between projects, and prioritizes scripts with substance over speed. This selective approach has helped her maintain relevance and credibility in an industry driven by fast trends and constant visibility. Off-screen, Elçin Sangu is known for her composed and thoughtful lifestyle. She maintains a low profile, values privacy, and avoids unnecessary media attention. Her public image blends elegance with authenticity, making her a favorite for premium brand collaborations and international fashion events without compromising her personal boundaries. By 2026, Elçin Sangu stands as one of Turkey's most respected actresses, not just for popularity, but for consistency and artistic integrity. Her estimated net worth reflects years of steady work across television, digital platforms, and major endorsements, built through discipline rather than hype. What truly sets her apart is depth. Elçin approaches acting with intellectual curiosity, emotional intelligence, and careful character analysis. She is known to immerse herself fully into roles, prioritizing psychological truth over surface performance, a quality that continues to earn respect from critics and peers alike. Elçin Sangu's journey is not defined by speed, but by intention. From opera student to award-winning actress, from light-hearted romance to layered drama, her rise reflects control, evolution, and long-term vision. As of 2026, she remains a powerful symbol of modern stardom built on talent, restraint, and enduring impact. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for Celebrity Fandom. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next story. He wasn't born into fame, yet there was always something unmistakable about him, a quiet intensity, a controlled strength, a gaze that carried emotion without excess. Ulaş Tuna Astepe didn't simply enter Turkish television. He shaped a career defined by depth, discipline, and characters that linger long after the screen fades to black. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Ulaş Tuna Astepe was born on May 5, 1988, in Izmit, Turkey. Long before leading roles in primetime dramas, he pursued formal training at Mimar Sinan Fine Arts University, studying theater with seriousness and artistic intention. Acting was never accidental for him. It was studied, rehearsed, refined. The stage became his foundation, shaping his understanding of character psychology, timing, and emotional control. His early television appearances introduced him to broader audiences, but it was his role as Tahir Kalilay in Sun Anlak Karadeniz that transformed his career. The series became one of Turkey's most talked-about dramas, addressing intense social themes while maintaining strong ratings. As Tahir, Ulaş delivered performance built on restraint and conviction, portraying a man driven by loyalty, justice, and love. The role established him as a commanding dramatic lead. Rather than remaining confined to one archetype, he continued expanding his range. In Barbaroslar, acting as in Kilisay, he stepped into the world of epic historical storytelling, embracing physical transformation and period depth. Later, in Hayat Bugün, he portrayed a modern, morally complex character navigating professional and emotional dilemmas. Each project reflected versatility and a refusal to repeat formulas. What distinguishes Ulaş Tuna Astepe is emotional gravity. His performances rarely rely on exaggeration. Instead, he builds tension through silence, subtle expression, and layered internal conflict. This approach has earned him recognition from critics and loyalty from audiences who value authenticity over spectacle. Off-screen, he maintains a reserved and grounded lifestyle. He avoids unnecessary publicity, choosing instead to let his work define his image. Fitness and physical discipline remain part of his routine, particularly for roles requiring strength and endurance. But his public persona leans toward calm reflection rather than showmanship. His style mirrors this controlled presence. Often seen in tailored, minimalist designs, he projects confidence without flamboyance. Whether attending premieres or industry events, his appearance reinforces the composed, serious identity he has cultivated. Financially, his success reflects steady progression. With leading roles in major television productions, endorsement partnerships, and international distribution of his series, his estimated net worth represents consistent career growth rather than sudden spikes. His projects have reached global audiences through streaming platforms, expanding his recognition beyond Turkey. What truly sets him apart is commitment to craft. He approaches roles with analytical focus, studying motivations and psychological layers before stepping in front of the camera. That preparation translates into performances that feel grounded and believable, even within heightened dramatic narratives. As of 2026, Ulaş Tuna Astepe stands as one of Turkish television's most respected dramatic actors, known for intensity, discipline, and measured evolution. His journey reflects dedication to artistry over hype, proving that longevity in entertainment often belongs to those who build slowly and deliberately. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. She wasn't born into international fame, yet there was always something quietly captivating about her, a presence that felt both tender and self-assured, a screen aura that made viewers pause and pay attention. Yağmur Yüksel didn't arrive in the entertainment world with noise or spectacle. Instead, she built her identity through subtle intensity, transforming natural talent and determination into one of the most promising young faces of her generation. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Yağmur Yüksel was born in Turkey, growing up far from the polished sets and bright studio lights that would later define her career. Long before television recognition, she was simply a young girl drawn to performance, fascinated by emotion, storytelling, and the power of expression. Acting was not a calculated ambition at first. It was a quiet passion that gradually shaped her direction. Her early years were marked by discipline and self-development. Like many rising Turkish actors, she invested time in understanding character depth, screen presence, and emotional control. Rather than chasing overnight fame, she focused on building skill and confidence. That foundation would later become her greatest strength. Her breakthrough came with the television series Consisekleri, a drama that quickly captured attention both domestically and internationally. Portraying a complex female lead, she delivered a performance layered with vulnerability, resilience, and quiet strength. Audiences connected not just to the storyline, but to the emotional authenticity she brought to each scene. The role introduced her to a rapidly expanding fan base. As the series gained momentum across digital platforms and international broadcasts, Yağmur Yüksel became a recognizable name beyond Turkey's borders. Her on-screen chemistry, expressive gaze, and controlled emotional delivery set her apart in a competitive industry known for intense drama and powerful storytelling. Unlike performers who rely solely on dramatic intensity, her style balances softness with strength. She allows silence to speak, often conveying more through subtle facial expression than dialogue. That restraint gives her performances realism, making viewers feel as though they are witnessing genuine emotion rather than scripted moments. Off camera, her image reflects simplicity and elegance. She maintains a refined yet understated public presence, often sharing glimpses of professional shoots, behind-the-scenes moments, and carefully curated lifestyle content. Rather than constant extravagance, her aesthetic leans toward minimalism and natural beauty, reinforcing her relatable appeal. As her popularity grows, so does her influence. Brand collaborations, media interviews, and international fan engagement have expanded her professional reach. While exact financial figures remain private, her rising status in Turkish television and global streaming markets positions her among the new generation of commercially valuable young actresses. What makes Yağmur particularly compelling is emotional sincerity. In an industry where dramatic exaggeration can dominate, she grounds her performances in authenticity. Whether portraying heartbreak, inner conflict, or quiet determination, she connects through honesty rather than theatrics. As of 2026, Yağmur Yüksel stands at a pivotal stage in her career. With a rapidly expanding audience and growing industry recognition, she represents a new wave of Turkish talent crossing borders through digital platforms. Her journey reflects patience, dedication, and belief in steady growth rather than instant spotlight. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. He wasn't born into fame, yet there was always a spark, an easy charm, expressive warmth, and screen magnetism that made audiences lean in. Furkan Andıç didn't simply enter Turkish entertainment. He shaped his place with patience, versatility, and a natural ability to move between light-hearted romance and grounded drama. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Furkan Andıç was born on April 4th, 1990, in Istanbul, Turkey. Long before cameras and scripts became part of his life, he showed curiosity for storytelling and performance, exploring different paths before fully committing to acting. That early exploration helped him develop adaptability, a trait that would later define his career choices. His acting journey began in the early 2010s with supporting television roles, where he focused on learning the craft rather than chasing instant recognition. Step by step, he built confidence, on-screen timing, and emotional control, steadily positioning himself for stronger opportunities. His career gained real momentum with romantic comedy projects that highlighted his natural chemistry and relatable energy. Furkan became widely recognized for his ability to balance humor with sincerity, portraying characters that felt approachable, emotionally open, and human rather than idealized. This connection with audiences quickly expanded his popularity. Rather than staying confined to one image, Furkan pushed his range. He transitioned into more serious and emotionally demanding roles, proving he could carry dramatic weight just as effectively as charm. Each new project reflected growth, showing an actor consciously working to avoid repetition and expand his creative limits. Furkan's approach to roles reveals intention. He chooses characters that allow exploration, whether emotional vulnerability, internal conflict, or personal transformation, instead of relying solely on formulas that once worked. This balance between audience appeal and artistic development has helped him remain relevant as tastes evolve. Off-screen, Furkan's public image blends approachability with restraint. He maintains a friendly presence while avoiding excessive exposure, allowing his work to remain the center of attention. His interactions with fans feel genuine, reinforcing the sincerity audiences sense on screen. His lifestyle reflects balance. He values routine, physical activity, and mental clarity, maintaining a pace that supports longevity rather than burnout. This steady rhythm mirrors his career progression, gradual, consistent, and intentional. In terms of style, Furkan favors modern yet relaxed fashion. Clean cuts, casual elegance, and understated details dominate his look, aligning with his image as both contemporary and accessible. As his international visibility continues to grow through global streaming platforms, his estimated net worth reflects steady earnings from television projects, endorsements, and selective brand collaborations. More importantly, he has built trust from producers, directors, and viewers who see reliability in his performances. What truly sets Furkan Andıç apart is emotional transparency. He brings openness to his characters, allowing audiences to recognize themselves in moments of doubt, joy, and vulnerability. That emotional honesty keeps his performances resonant long after episodes end. As of 2026, Furkan Andıç stands as a symbol of modern Turkish stardom, versatile, grounded, and quietly evolving. From romantic comedy favorite to emotionally layered actor, his journey reflects growth through choice rather than chance. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.